So today I'm going to go over some new art products that I got and show you a art piece that I've started. So I got a fountain pen for illustration. I wanted a pen that wasn't just something that you use and then you throw away and you have to keep buying and buying more and more pens. So I got is Dryden Designs. So the fountain pen comes in this case here, and I got the bamboo one. Nice fountain pen, and it is refillable. I got this Parker ink, so you just twist the one component in here, you twist it, and then it sucks up the ink into the pen. Then I got this is Derwent Inktense ink pencils. So this is the 24 pack. You draw with the pencil like a normal colored pencil, and then you add water to it and blend it. I started an art piece. This art piece is inspired by the Tao. So the Tao is a Chinese classic text. It is credited to the sage Lao-tzu. When I saw this quote, this was kind of what I saw and what I imagined when I read that quote. Once the whole is divided, the parts need names. There are already enough names. It started already, but I'll show you from here on out. Alright, so I started the first kind of layer, first couple layers. I did put a second layer of this blue over the ocean to try to, it was very light, so I tried to make it darker, but now that I went over it, I can see like my pencil lines that it didn't quite like fade out. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with regular watercolors and instead of using the watercolor pencils, I'll go in with my regular watercolors and just try to like smooth out the blue, mostly the blue, to get kind of those pencil lines out. But then I'm gonna go over some of the skin again to try to get some of that. I think I put a little too much water in because it's a little light in some spots. So I did add another layer to her skin tone, and I used regular watercolor to kind of blend in some of those color pencil lines that you can see, but it's still not exactly what I imagined in my head, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit and see how it goes. So I'm starting to get a little frustrated with this because it's just not turning out how I'm imagining it, and just working with the new medium, like I'm not exactly used to it yet, and now I'm just kind of messing around and seeing what I can do. So I'm adding regular color pencil now over top of the watercolor that I already have on there. Alright, so I went over with raw umber and I went over the whole thing, and now I'm gonna try to do like a burnt ochre color to lighten up like some, maybe like around her cheeks, some of her nose, her forehead, and try to lighten up some areas, and then I'll darken some more areas to try to give it some depth, because I was trying with the watercolor pencil to like make it, you know, heavier and darker in some spots, but I don't feel like it really kind of took like I wanted it to, and it was still kind of like light and washed over, so it didn't like have that like evenness to it. Now I feel like it's starting to come together a little bit. It's getting there. Now I'm gonna try to actually make the green and blue parts kind of lighter and darker too, to go with the shading of like her neck and forehead. Alright, I'm switching back to the watercolor pencil here.